Hey, welcome to Clarity Tarot. Today's topic for this pick a card reading is going to be how did the date go, or how will the date go with them? We have 6 different piles. This is going to be focused on mostly romantic. I guess you could also watch this video for friendship dates. If you're interested in a work date, i.e. an interview, I have just posted a video on that as well, if you're more curious about that. So without further ado, let's jump into our piles. Pile 1, we have the Nightingale. Pile 2 is the Beaver. Pile 3 is the Stingray. Pile 4 is the Whale. Pile 5 got 2 cards, the Cosmic Egg and Black Egg. And pile 6 is the Bat. So think about which pile best represents your energy, and I will see you at your reading. Hey, pile 1, you picked the Nightingale. Let's see what card you have. Ooh, the Queen of Cups. So the Nightingale is representing your energy on this date. And now let's pull a significator for your significant other. Okay, we've got 3 wanting to come out. The Tiger, yow. The Elk, and the Unicorn, okay. So this is a pretty amazing set of possibilities here, pile 1. So your date. First I want to talk about the two of you. So you're a person who, I think you know who you are. You know what the song is that you want to sing, either literally or metaphorically. Here with the Nightingale, perhaps you even do sing or like to sing. Even if you like to sing badly in the shower, that still counts. But it's like you want to find a place to sing your song in the world, and the relationship, like you're looking for the right relationship for you where you can really be heard and make an impact and let your creativity shine. And this tiger is after you. Look at the stare we have on this tiger. My goodness. It's very predatory to me. I feel like this person has their eye on you, and whoever initiated this date, like this person is now awakened to you and to your value, and is I'm trying to think of a better word than stalking you. After you, they're after you. They have you in their sights. But I'm getting a really positive vibe here from this person. Very strong, a good balance of masculine and feminine energy, actually. And the unicorn actually represents the third eye chakra. So I think this person, I'm getting the story of a person who has maybe dated a lot, has been around the block, has seen lots of different people of whatever gender they're interested in dating. And they've learned to kind of cut through the BS really quickly with the unicorn card and see value where value exists. And they see it in you. Queen of Cups is a deeply emotional, intuitive, heart-connected energy. I think this person felt it with you right away. And there was at least some point in the date where they were thinking, okay, is this person for real? Do I really want to invest in this? But they quickly decided that, yes, this person is the real deal, and I want everything with them. I don't know if you can hear in the background, my washing machine is going, and it's like the end of the cycle, and so there's this really high-pitched, like faster and faster whirring as the washing machine is spinning. And like that's what I'm getting from this date. It's like the intensity got ratcheted up a million degrees. And I think you have a very deep connection with this person. I mean, looking at all the waves of energy that are going between this Queen of Cups hands. If you touched it all on this date, I think you would have felt this, just like this overwhelming connection. What's another word for this? How do I describe this feeling? It's like, I don't think it's something either of you had ever felt before. Even if you've been in love before, even if you've had deep connections before, there was just something about the two of you coming together that was really powerful. And I don't think you're here to ask, like, does this person like me? Like, you know this person is into you. but maybe you just wanted to hear more like details and like what I would say about this date. This is magical. It's like two people that are equals and well matched for each other, coming together and having a really positive, deeply impactful experience. You both bring something to the table that the other doesn't exactly have. And so it's like together you're stronger. Like the whole is stronger than the sum of its parts, just meaning that like either of you on your own are not as strong and powerful as when you come together. And there's something about this for me that is also healing the mother, the mother in you or the mother wound in you, if you relate to that. Maybe it's finally meeting somebody that can give as much as you can give. Maybe that's something you haven't had much of in your life. Maybe you've always been the one being taken from, or that is giving or nurturing those around you. This person, if you're wondering if they're just gonna like flip a switch and then take from you or something, no. This person is like you, like they're generous. They have a lot they want to invest, and they know the value of that, and they want to offer it. So yeah, I mean, what else can I say here? What else? Anything else you want pile one to know? I think you know most of this already. So pile one, anything you want pile one to know about this date? And I just heard the notification for the laundry being done. It's like, that's it, that's done. Found the one, found it. Like, we're finished. Yeah, look at this, the Lovers. This is the beginning, or maybe you're already in this relationship, I don't know, but it's the beginning of a very fruitful, very positive, harmonious relationship that's going to inspire both of you, especially mentally. And I'm just getting with this, like with these like light bulb balloons, it's going to carry you places. Like it's going to be, you're not ever going to be the same after this. So beautiful reading, pile one. Wow, what a start. Let me know what you thought. Leave me a like, comment, or subscribe. I'll see you in the next reading. Hey, pile two, if you picked the beaver, snicker, this will be your reading. So let's see, we've got Three of Cups, Three of Swords in the reverse, the Moon, the Hanged Man in the reverse, Six of Cups, and the Nine of Cups. And let's make sure you can see everything here. And I want to pull a significator now for the other person. The reason I'm snickering is because, I mean, the word beaver for me is almost always has to do with, ooh, vulture, interesting. Has to do with the female body parts, you know. Let me take a look here at these two animals. So let's talk first about these two animals. So the beaver is like, what I get from this is like ride or die, like very loyal, hardworking, tireless, committed, and just like a very positive, like down to earth kind of person. And the vulture is something totally different. Like the beaver, it's like you can kind of get a sense of who they are at first glance. You can see their value, you can see what they're about, and gives you a generally good vibe, right? And the vulture is not that way. Like the vulture gives kind of a sinister vibe at first, right? I mean, you even heard me when I like put this card out. I was like, oh, the vulture, oh my. But it's not negative, and I'm actually not getting a negative vibe from this. Like the vulture is a clarifying, a purifying energy, revealing what's valuable and what truly has meaning. So I think this person is someone that does not appear the way they actually are. Like however they present themselves is much more negative than how they actually are. So whatever negative means to you, maybe that's like the way they look or how they talk or the way they act, I don't know. But whatever the case, this person has some inner riches that are not obvious at first glance. And let's talk about this date. So I think for the two of you, this maybe was not a very clear date. And by that, I don't think that by that I mean neither one of you asked the other person out saying, I would like to get to know you better to possibly have you as my romantic partner. No, maybe you're hanging out as friends or as coworkers and there's a lot of like underlying tension. Maybe one or both of you knows that the other is interested, but you haven't talked about it yet. So there's something here where it's like a little bit clandestine, I want to say. And who knows, maybe even one of you is like taken and not available to be in a relationship or something like this. But this is the thing that like is for sure with the two of you. This is bringing out a lot of junk from your subconscious for both of you. A lot of things coming up to the surface. And I think you recognize each other as a soulmate of some kind. And it's like you just don't know yet what kind that's going to be. In some way, for both of you, the other person is everything you've ever wanted. And so this can go a few ways, right? This can go, oh, this is so funny. I'm having in my head, I'm remembering, this is from The Bachelor. And I want to say 20 years ago, The Bachelor, maybe 15 years ago. The Bachelor's name was Matt, and he was British. And okay, I don't know if there's any Bachelor watchers, but anyway, he was down to like the final 3 women, and one of them, I want to say her name was Amanda, and I think she had Tourette's, or she had something where she would make this little like meep sound every so often, and so her nickname was like Meeps or something like that. She was amazing, adorable. I just loved her vibe. I was really rooting for her and when I watched that series. And she ended up getting eliminated a few rounds from the end. But what Matt said about her is he's like, you know, if I was going to draw my perfect woman, I would have drawn this woman. But in the end, like it just wasn't there between us. I felt more for other people. So it can go that way. We're like, maybe the vulture looks exactly the way you want them to, but they're not that way on the inside. Like an example of this could be like maybe they have a really bad boy appearance. They look really tough, but they're actually a huge softie on the inside. So maybe you realize that it's just like an aesthetic that you like, maybe you don't like bad boys, you just like a bad boy aesthetic. Is one possibility, but I mean, you're going to have to fit this to your situation. I can't possibly go through every situation there would be, but in some way, each of you represent an ideal to the other, and it's providing some illumination with the moon of like, oh, that's what it's like. And so like a really positive example of this would be, oh, I've never dated a real one before. Like this is what it's like not to mess around with people that I know aren't at my level. Like this is somebody that is as loyal and intelligent as me, somebody that I could really see taken home to mom. There's something like that here where it's a first for each of you and it's what you've always wanted. And you're like, wow, this is really teaching me about myself. And the 3 of Swords is here on the board, which is interesting. I think we need to take note of that. Like anytime it shows up, it's like, hey, look at me, you know, but it's not here to say that your hearts will be broken by each other. There's something healing about this interaction. Even if there is pain now or in the future, this is a very important relationship for the two of you. So I'm almost getting like more information about the two of you and less about like this date that you went on. It's almost like I'm getting from Spirit, like that's not the date isn't really the point as much as the relationship. Spirit's wanting to talk about the relationship between the two of you. And I think the most important thing for you to hear from this reading is that this person is a soulmate to you. And we have many. It's not like there's just one out there on the planet and nobody else. But this person's part of your soul family. They're a very important person to you. And hang on because it's going to be quite a ride. I think that's as far as Spirit wants me to take it today. Pile 2. I hope this was helpful for you. Let me know what you thought. Leave me a like, comment, or subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Hey, Pile 3, let's look at how will the date go, or how did the date go? We've got Nine of Swords, Queen of Swords, Seven of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. And we have you represented as the stingray, which is a beautiful energy, all the chakras in balance. And let's see what we have for the person you're on a date with. We have the bee. Okay, so you as the stingray energy. The other message I get with the stingray, other than like bringing the chakras into balance, is like developing a backbone, developing a spine, like your spine developing. You see how there's all these, I'll hold this up a little to the camera. It's like all the chakras are lined up here along the spine of the stingray, and they're kind of like falling into place. So I think you've been learning recently to stand up for yourself more, to use your voice more. You've been learning about what you deserve and how to communicate that and how to get it. And the bee, I mean, the bee is lighthearted, they're positive, they're hardworking. When they're stressed, they can be like workaholic or like spread too thin, which I am getting kind of that vibe with this person. And I'm getting just more of a sense of investment on your side. Not that the bee isn't invested, but it's like with the Nine of Swords here plus the Queen of Swords and the Seven of Cups, I think you've thought about this date a lot ahead of time. Maybe you're one of the people at this reading who hasn't gone on the date yet, and you're like thinking about all the possibilities and stressing out about it a little bit. Whereas the bee is going to be like more inclined to just kind of show up, you know, and like let things happen. When you're actually on the date, I think the most difficult part of it for you is going to be before you actually get there, because you'll maybe overthink it a bit or just try to consider all the possibilities. But then once you both are there, I think you're going to have a real mental connection here with the Ace of Swords. And I'm seeing all these different like symbols. We have the infinity symbol. We have a math formula. Like maybe you both have a connection to math. But whatever it is, like you're going to very naturally fall into sync with each other mentally. It's not saying anything about like physically or emotionally here. So maybe that's part of what the date is. It's like the date highlights your mental connection. Now, whether there's a physical and emotional connection, this reading isn't answering that, but it's just pointing out that the mental connection is really there and it's really strong. The other thing it's pointing out with the bee and the Nine of Pentacles, I think this person is very independent, very, very on their own. If they're codependent on anything or anyone, it's their work. I think this would be probably the kind of person that you would describe as like being married to their job. And you're on this date and you like this person and you mentally connect with them. And I think the process you're going through is the mental connection enough for me to take this further? Do I want to go on another date with somebody that might have to pencil me in and might reprioritize and not show up for me at certain moments? Like, what kind of connection do I want to have with this person, and how can I be as independent as them in the way that they're showing up? So I'd say like this date is another lesson for you in terms of what you deserve and what to expect from others. And I don't like to use the word lesson because that's not really what I mean. Like this person's, I think, going to be very kind to you. I think you're going to like them. I think you're going to be like, oh, this is nice. This is nice. But like, if you feel up to it, I would encourage you to go back and watch pile 1 as an example of what you deserve. Okay. Because like pile 1, it's like all cylinders firing, both people equally invested, like this really intense connection. And maybe you haven't had that romantically before. So, you know, this reminds me of, I love this saying, actually. I don't know where it came from, but I really believe this. Like if somebody likes you and it's right, you'll know it. And if they don't like you, or if it's not right for you, you'll feel confused. And I think what you're mostly going to feel on this date is confusion. Like, yeah, it's good. It's not great. It's not bad. Nothing wrong about them. I'm just not sure. I think is kind of going to be your vibe. And it's because like this person they're not as available as would be ideal for you. And they're not a bad person. They're not a bad option to date. They're also not the best for you. Like there's better out there for you. So I'm not getting like, don't date this person. I'm getting that it's totally up to you here with the Seven of Cups, but just know that, I mean, be mindful of what you're investing and what the other person is investing, and keep your options open, because there are lots of other people that could give you as much or more as what this person is giving you. And I just want to ask, Spirit, is there anything I missed that would be important for pile 3 to hear right now? Anything I missed that you want to highlight? We have the Two of Wands, the Devil in reverse, and the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, you're not married to this person. You're not committed to them just because you talked for a while, or you went on a date, or 5, or you've been dating casually for 6 months. Like they're not giving you partner energy. They're not giving you girlfriend, boyfriend energy. You don't give them that energy, you know? And there's if you look to your future, or just over the horizon, or maybe even just like right around you, I'm hearing, like literally right around you. Like if you're at a coffee shop right now and you look up, there are at least 2 dating options around you right now. Likewise, like where you live, maybe you live in a very populated place, or some kind of like building or neighborhood where there's lots of options. Like there's just the answer to the question, like how will the date go, or how did the date go? Fine. And a year from now, you're not going to be too focused on this person. Okay, this was your reading, pile 3. I hope it resonated. I hope it was helpful. Let me know what you thought. I'll see you in the next one. Hey, pile 4, if you picked the Whale, this will be your reading. And we're looking at how did the date go, or how will the date go? We have 9 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles in the reverse, 10 of Cups in the reverse, 3 of Wands in the reverse. And we have you as the Whale, and let's see what we have for the other person. Can I get a significator for pile 4, please? Oh, we have 3 wanting to come out. We've got the Camel, the Fire Ant, and the Dragon. Okay, so let's talk about the 2 people here. So we have the Whale. Whales are deep. They go deep. They have a lot to offer. They have a lot of like gravitas, a lot of mass. Like literally, like a whale is a big animal. They have a lot of energy. There's a lot to offer. And so I'm getting that you're coming into this state like pretty much like knowing who you are, what you're looking for, and curious how this person will show up. For them, we have the Dragon, which is around the solar plexus chakra, the Fire Ant, which can be about like pushing forward, or like aggression, or movement. And then the Camel is about like reconciling that, like a peacefulness. So what's interesting about this date is, in a way, you each have what the other needs. But for some reason, this is like oil and water, or like fire and water here, because we have you as the water animal. We have 2 earth and an ether on this side. And I'm just getting that, like, even though this person is about pushing forward, but also like finding their match to kind of calm them down, it ain't you, pile 4. And I think you realize pretty quickly that it isn't you, and you don't want it to be you. I'm really getting that for most of you, it's going to be you not being interested in this person more than the other way around. And if we look at the dynamic here, the 9 of Wands, I think you both are like, well, I'm going to say especially you, trying really hard to make this like a positive interaction. But you just want different things. I think you have different ideas of what happiness means, of what romance is. This is the kind of person who, and I'm sure you've encountered this if you've been out there a little bit, they want someone to fit into their life. They have an idea of what the right partner is, and they're very attached to that. They want to like go make it happen as if they were like going out to the store and purchasing something, you know? So like I want my partner to have A, B, C, D, E, F, G qualities, and they're all non-negotiable. And so it's almost about finding the right person to fit that role in their life. and not about like getting to know the other person and really feeling the humanity of the other person. So I would imagine like on this date, this person's going to talk a lot about themselves, what they want, what's important to them. And they might even ask you some questions similarly, like what's important to you? What do you think about that? And if you share, it's like they're not listening to you to connect, they're listening to assess. You know what I'm saying? It's almost, this feels more like an interview than a date. And I just don't think you're going to like this person's vibe because of that. Because it's like, how do I describe this? I mean, I think everyone's experienced this at least once. But an object, that's it. Thank you, Spirit. They're treating you like an object. And I don't even mean just like for your body, but like the girlfriend object, the boyfriend, the partner object. Like this person really wants to be in a relationship. They really want to find somebody, but on their terms, you know, and it's like they don't want a real person. They want someone to do a job. It's like they don't, like if a robot could do this job for them, they'd be happy. Maybe they've even tried that. I don't know. You should ask them. If you haven't gone on the date yet, please ask them if they've considered having a robot girlfriend or similar, because I want to know that. But yeah, I think this person's emotional awareness is also just not very high. I don't want to go too much further with this reading because I feel like it could go pretty, and, you know, I don't want to beat up on this person. You're just not in the same place. You have a lot more to offer, actually, than this person. They need a much simpler person. And I mean that in the best way for you, Pile 4. It's like you want to connect deeply with somebody. And this is the kind of person that's like, well, do you live within 5 miles of me? Do you make good money? Do you have a good family? Am I attracted to you? Well, then let's do this thing. And I'll be your partner, you'll be my partner, and we can both work on my goals together. That's kind of the vibe. Yeah. So I think you're wanting to be open to this person, and you're just realizing that they're not being open with you. They're not being they're not bringing the collaborative energy that you're bringing in. So you're like, nope, I get what's happening here, and I'm not with it. So this was your reading on how the date will go. I don't see there being a future after this. I mean, this person might ask you out or want to pursue things. And even if you do go another time or two, I just don't see it going anywhere long term. Or even if you do entertain it, I don't see it being very satisfying for you. By the way, if you're like physically attracted to this person and wondering like, well, maybe just a physical relationship will do, I'm sorry to report that won't be very satisfying for you either. I'm hearing from spirits, so, you know, take it with a grain of salt. It's a tarot reading, but there you go. So let me know what you thought about this reading. Leave a like, comment, or subscribe. I will see you at the next one. Hey, Pile 5, if you picked the Black Egg and the Cosmic Egg, we have the Six of Wands. Okay, interesting. And let's pull a significator for the person you're on a date with. So for Pile 5, please, the Black Egg and Cosmic Egg. Who are they on a date with? It's funny how I'm phrasing this. Like, are you watching this in the bathroom and you're on a date right now? Like, please tell me if so. Okay, that would be kind of cool. We have the mouse and the owl for them. Okay, so let's talk about the two of you. I mean, first of all, there's an obvious difference in the vibes, yeah? We've got the Black Egg and the Cosmic Egg. These are both from the ether category, so like spiritual energy. They represent the throat chakra and the crown chakra. So like you are tapped in, you're dialed in, Pile 5. Like you know who you are, you're very authentic. You know what you want, and you're, I would say, very abundant and successful. I mean, we have the Six of Wands here, which we're going to talk about in a minute, in terms of how the date will go, or did go, or is going if you're on it right now. By the way, if you're on the date, or when you are on the date, like your hair is going to look amazing. I've never noticed the hair here, but yeah, looking fly. So you're just... I mean, this is a very strong vibe. I'm almost getting like a pulse from it. Like if you saw this egg, it would be like kind of like pulsing at you or beating or something. drawing you in. It's a very like magnetic and I don't know, sensual. It's like a tractor beam. And over here we have the mouse and the owl. What's interesting is they both have a similar background. Do you see this? How they both have, it's like it's raining. Like this person, I think you're very positive, you're very abundant. This person can easily get sucked into pessimism. By nature, they're actually quite wise and generous. But when they get stressed out, or if they're in a negative time in their life, or if they're working through trauma or what have you, they get very like nitpicky. They get very up in their own head, overthinking, withholding. This gives me like Enneagram type 5 vibes on, if any of you are into that. So like both the high side and the low side, like very generous and deep and wise. And when stressed out, like just almost retreats into themselves, like retracts. And I think you're catching this person on a day when they're a bit retracted. Like you're vibing and you're in this like 6 of Wands, like, here I am kind of energy, and they're witnessing this, and I think it's freaking them out. And the interesting thing is, like, at first glance of this reading, I'd be like, oh, well, there's no way this is going to work. Look at these two people. Like this person's just like so far more evolved than over here. But I'm not getting that message. Like, yes, it's true at this moment in time. You're on the high side of the Wheel of Fortune and they're on the low side. But this is a very high value person, actually. And I think that's what the date is going to be like. You're both going to see the value in each other. And for some reason, I think you're both going to feel a little insecure. Like, why would you be feeling insecure? Probably because they're withholding. They're not indicating in any way that like, wow, you're amazing, pile 5. But I want to pull a card on that for you. Why would pile 5 have any cause to feel insecure on this date? Why would pile 5 have any cause to feel insecure on this date, please? We have the Hermit in reverse and the Page of Wands. Yeah. It's like you keep trying to get them to come out of their shell and they're just not doing it. Like this person maybe is an introvert, but also doesn't have a lot of romantic energy right now. I don't know if you've ever had this experience in life where you just not feeling yourself and you're not feeling like you're wanting to connect with anybody else. And this person's kind of in that state, and they may have even had to talk themselves into going on this date. Maybe they're like, well, you know, I shouldn't go in this frame of mind. But then they decided, well, if it's really meant to be, if this is a good person for me, like I don't have to be perfect and I don't have to be at my best. And I think you really respond well to that authenticity. And you see it in this person. Like, okay, I want to pull a card for them. So like if they were in a different state of mind, if you had another date with them, let's say, or in a different time period of their life, what would represent them better then? I'm going to pull another card from the Animal Guidebook or Animal Spirits Oracle. What's a good representation for pile 5 more generally than this specific date? Oh, we've got 3 coming out. The oyster, yep, the otter, and the panther. Wow. Oof. Can we just talk about the vibe coming off of this card? I mean, first of all, the oyster. What does an oyster do? It creates pearls out of dirt. Like this person's very resourceful. They're kind of rich, I'm hearing. Like not just money, for some of you certainly money, but just like they know how to value things and people appropriately, and they have a lot of resources and they want to share it. The otter, this almost gives me like dolphin vibes, you know, like kind of friendly, like maybe likes to be sociable in groups, likes to collect information from different sources, and likes to be like lighthearted. And I'm getting this like mentally, especially for them, like they like to learn a lot. And then we've got the panther. I mean, to me, this is a very like sacral chakra energy. I might, you know, I haven't done this for any other piles, but I'm feeling led to read just the Panther. It's probably 5 sentences long, so it's not too much, but annihilation of the unnecessary and purging. The Panther won't stand to see our growth or energy stagnate. Instead, it pounces into our lives and causes all kinds of havoc, with the ultimate intention of bringing us toward more fulfilling lives. It's unexpected, uncomfortable, and sometimes feels devastating, but after all the dust clears, it's easy to see the Panther's wisdom at work. We've all been through these experiences, and they've made us better people. Trust that the Panther's journey always leads to a brighter place. When in balance, brave and productive. When out of balance, self-destructive. To bring into balance, get rid of the unnecessary. And this is again giving me Enneagram 5 vibes. Like, that's this person's gift, getting rid of the unnecessary. So like, they're even doing that on this date with you. You know, like, it's unnecessary for me to try to pretend and sell this person on my value. Like, they will either see it and it will flow or it won't. And they're trusting that. And this person does have a lot to offer. Like, they're very worthwhile. So I think this person's come into your life at this time as some kind of gift, as some kind of offering from the universe of transformation and continued development. And I would tell you, pile 5, if this was like, you know, this is a waste of your time. Like, I've had a couple of those piles today already, but this is not that. It's like, there's something here. There's something here. And whether this person's in a space to like romantically step to you, that I don't know. I don't know if they will do that. But whatever kind of date you've had with this person, it was not the last one. It's not your last interaction with this person. Even if you never see them again, like, their energetic imprint is going to be lasting with you. But I think you will see this person again, perhaps many more times. And something very, very weird, but inspiring and cool is going to go down between you. And if you do ever end up in bed together, you're going to like that. In contrast to poor pile 4, who, no, nothing good was happening there. So, interesting reading, pile 5. I'm so curious to hear what you thought about this. Yeah, let me know. Leave a comment, like if you liked the video, subscribe if you want to support the channel. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next reading. Hey, pile 6, if you picked the bat, who doesn't like to think of themselves as a bat? Let's see what cards you have. We've got the 8 of Cups. Okay, interesting. I wonder if this is like not exactly a date, or if you like broke up on this date, or if it was like your last time seeing somebody. But let's pull a significator for the person you're on a date with in pile 6. So for pile 6, please, Spirit. The person they were on a date with or will be on a date with. Give it another second. Here we go. The dragonfly. Okay. We also have the zebra wanting to come out. Okay, so let's talk about the energies we've got here. So the bat to me is like a lot of Scorpio energy. It's kind of like the death card in a way. It's about what happens after transitioning from something ending. So it's no surprise that we have the 8 of Cups. And I'm actually getting, not, for most of you, not that this is a breakup situation, but more like you've broken up with somebody else and this is your first date with someone new. Or maybe it's not even an official date. Maybe it's just you, you're still getting to know this new person. But you're in that like post-breakup mindset, whether you've been broken up for a day or a year or a decade, where you're just like, I don't know if it's worth trying. I don't know if there's hope for me to find somebody that I'm really going to vibe with. It's so much energy to try again. I don't know if I want to try again kind of mindset. So I think you're a little bit down in the dumps is the, yeah, that's the phrase that's coming to mind, a little bit down in the dumps. But there's a transformation happening in you with this Eight of Cups and the Bat card. It's like you're moving into some kind of new chapter for yourself. And I am getting that it's a very positive chapter. So the best is yet to come. For everyone watching this group, the best is yet to come romantically and otherwise. So as Shitra Moon likes to say, like, that person was not your last bus. whoever you're getting over, they were not the best person or the only person for you, okay? Pile 6. And let's talk about this other person here, Dragonfly and Zebra. It's so fascinating to me how every time today when we've had more than one card, like the background has been the same. Do you see this? Like they both have these lines. Dragonfly is about, it's also about change, but it's also more about like illusion. Like the way something appears is not how it actually is. So there could be a lot of things here. Like this could be a person that seems like it would be a fling, but they end up being a long-term partner for you. It could be someone who seems like they're just like, I don't know, a playboy, playgirl trying to use you, and they're actually really loyal and committed. Or it could go the other way, like you think that they're really loyal and actually they're just somebody you're going to go on one date with or someone you're going to be friends with. Like expect the unexpected of this person for sure. And they're very offbeat. They're very unusual with the Zebra. It's like very hard to predict what's going to happen with this person at any given time. And so there's something about this date that you go on with them that shows you that you are not the person that you used to be. And there's a lot of different kinds of people out there than you ever thought to partner with, to date, to be with. And this person's an example of that. Like truly, you've never been on a date with someone like this before. So, and I'm not sure, I don't know how you're going to feel about it, Pile 6. Let's ask about that, actually. How are you going to feel about this person on the date? Because I feel like there's some things with the Dragonfly, maybe you're not seeing clearly about them. And I just don't know if you know what you want in this situation. Okay, we have the Star. We have King of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, and Judgment. Yeah, so I'm kind of getting... something isn't going to come together here, but that doesn't mean that it's over. Like there's something important about this date for you, like just the actual date, the coming together of this person. It reminds me of what some readers or spiritualists say about like the twin flame journey and how it's about you come together with someone and then you have some kind of healing reaction or crisis and you break apart for a time, then you come back together. Whatever moment you have with this person is a spark. It's a catalyst for both of you to like separate and then come back together, either for more learning or for you to meet this person in another form. But there's going to be something about them, something about being on a date with them that shows you that something is over. And now I'm getting one other scenario in my mind. This might just resonate for one of you. But if this is someone you've dated in the past, like an ex, for example, and you're trying to get back together, you're going to go on this date and realize, like, this is not it for me anymore. Like, what did I see in this person? You know, like, why did I want that? And you're going to see yourself differently. Like this is all about you learning about yourself and connecting to yourself, which is really cool, actually, Pile 6. We haven't gotten this in any of the other piles. Like this date is for you and about you. It's about you being on a date with yourself, with your own energy in a weird way. It's like you're falling in love with you, and this person is helping you do that by you seeing how much you've grown and changed, and that there is hope in that. It's not negative, it's positive. So I'm going to recommend a movie to you. It's called French Kiss. It's with Meg Ryan and Kevin Kline. It's pretty old. And should I tell you about the part in the movie? Well, no, I really want you to watch the movie. I feel like there's a lot of themes in there actually that would be really supportive to you with this dynamic. And I don't want to describe it too much. But in particular, like pay attention to, I feel like your energy here is Meg Ryan's character. So pay attention to her journey throughout the movie. If anyone does that, please come back and let me know what resonated for you or didn't. I'd be so interested about that. And what else here? I think you're looking for King of Pentacles energy, either for you to embody that or for the person you're with to embody that. And I think you're also learning about what that is and isn't, because there's some illusions about what's King of Pentacles. Like maybe an illusion is, oh, it means like having lots of money. Well, maybe like money can be stability, but really King of Pentacles is about being abundant and having everything like together around you. And you can be that way and make $15 an hour. Like you don't have to be rich for that to be the case. It's an energy, it's a vibe. It just naturally tends to lead to abundance because the energy is in place, you know. So there's something like that. Your mind's going to be open and you're going to see things a little bit differently. So to answer the question, like what will the date be like? It's going to be a very important meeting for you. There's going to be some aha moments and there's going to be love that comes through the date, but it's going to be love you with you. And I think it's going to be healing. I think you're going to realize at the end of the date, like this is exactly what I wanted actually. I didn't want someone to sweep me off my feet or be in a romance with somebody. What I wanted is to be closer to myself, and I got that. So interesting. So let me know what you thought, Pile 6. Leave a like, comment, or subscribe. I will see you in the next reading.